All right, let's dive right into today's explainer on the Lakkhaṇa Sutta. This is an absolutely fascinating ancient Buddhist scripture that presents a really compelling mystery about cause and effect. It completely flips how we normally view genetics and luck, proposing that human anatomy might actually be a cosmic scorecard. It's like your physical body is a literal map of your ethical actions, compiled over countless lifetimes. It's an incredibly structured ancient concept, and we're going to unpack the whole shebang right now.
Think about it for a second. What if your physical form was a living, readable record of your past moral choices? Imagine if every single kind word you ever spoke, or every time you went out of your way to help someone, didn't just vanish into thin air. What if those actions actually went into sculpting your physical presence in your next life? Well, the Lakkhaṇa Sutta suggests exactly this. It posits that true, deep-rooted greatness leaves an undeniable physical imprint. So the real question we're looking at isn't just about what you look like, but why you look the way you do, and what those physical traits say about your deep, karmic history.
So, let's jump right into this first part, the destiny of a great man.
At the absolute center of this text is the concept of the Mahāpurisa. Mahāpurisa literally translates to great man. And this isn't just a compliment. It's a being whose fate is entirely locked into one of two ultimate paths right from the moment they draw their first breath. According to the text, if a being is born possessing a very specific checklist of 32 distinct physical marks, their life path is absolutely guaranteed. There's no middle ground here, no third option, no backing out. Their past karma has basically propelled them to such a pinnacle of human existence that only two outcomes are even possible.
And these two unalterable destinies present the ultimate ultimatum. You either achieve supreme worldly leadership or you achieve supreme spiritual awakening. Here's how it works. If the Mahāpurisa chooses to remain in the worldly life, to stay at home, he's destined to become a universal monarch. And we're not talking about a standard king. This is a righteous ruler who conquers the entire earth, bordered by the four oceans, without ever drawing a sword or dealing out punishment. He rules purely through righteousness. But if he chooses to renounce the worldly life and leave home, he's guaranteed to become a fully awakened Buddha. On this path, instead of conquering the earth, he conquers the mind. He completely removes the root of defilements and ignorance that traps humanity in suffering.
Which brings us to our next section, the 32 unique marks themselves.
The scripture explicitly outlines exactly 32 distinct physical characteristics that this great man possesses. It's a highly precise checklist. If you have 31, well, you don't make the cut. You absolutely must possess all 32 to guarantee the dual destiny of the Mahāpurisa.
Now, these aren't your standard everyday markers of beauty or health. Listen to how hyper-specific, majestic, and honestly kind of unusual these descriptions are. We're talking about soles of the feet bearing perfect thousand-spoked wheels, skin that is so intensely golden and flawlessly smooth that literally not a single speck of dust can stick to it, a jaw that's as robust as a royal lion's, and then there's a soft, white, cotton-like hair right between the eyebrows known as the unalome, plus a head naturally shaped like a royal turban. I mean, this is a being radiating an almost otherworldly authority. It's a physical form practically designed to command absolute reverence at first sight.
And ancient sages recognized these traits instantly. They knew they signified a monumental destiny that just couldn't be altered. The text actually notes, the seers even outside the Buddhist fold remember these 32 marks, which guarantee only two destinies, nothing else. In the context of the ancient world, this was considered a universal science of human greatness. When these fortune tellers looked at a newborn with these marks, they didn't have to guess the kid's future. They knew with absolute certainty the immense cosmic weight that child carried.
Moving right along, let's explore karma, causes and effects.
This is where the text maps abstract past actions directly onto physical manifestations, and it is fascinating. Let's break it down. Say in past lives, a person spent their time uniting estranged family members and healing fractured relationships. Well, they earn a highly specific and rather unusual mark, a male organ concealed in a sheath. The practical reward in their present life? An abundance of loyal followers or children. Or let's say they committed to speaking absolute truth. They earn that soft white hair between the eyebrows we mentioned earlier, which means the masses will naturally trust and follow their lead. And if they looked upon the world with genuine love and compassion, they're reborn with deep, black, cow-like eyes, making them inherently beloved by all beings who see them. The physical trait literally acts as a bridge between the past moral action and the future practical reward.
And it goes on.
Ethical communication actually constructs this undeniable physical presence, too. If someone spent past lives freely giving fine, delicious food to others, they are born with the 7 convex places, basically a robust, healthy fullness of flesh, which guarantees they'll never lack for the finest nourishment. By rigorously avoiding harsh, abusive language, they earn a divine resonant voice and a large tongue, ensuring their words are always trusted and never ignored. And if they just completely abstained from idle, useless chatter, speaking only when it truly mattered, they develop a jaw like a lion. The result is an unshakable presence that simply cannot be defeated by any enemy, human or spiritual. The Sutta is outlining this highly systematic, mystical method of cosmic accounting.
As the ancient poetic verses remind us, because of that karma he accumulated, he returns to this world and obtains these marks, reaping the results of good deeds. Nothing here is random. Every ounce of physical perfection is earned through lifetimes of rigorous ethical discipline. The Mahāpurisa didn't just win the genetic lottery. The scripture is incredibly emphatic about this. Greatness is built, action by action, over eons. The physical body is essentially a trophy, reflecting a monumental history of putting others first, speaking the truth, and practicing perfect nonviolence.
Okay, let's head into our final section, 2 paths to peace.
Notice the really profound contrast here between creating an external utopia and achieving internal liberation. If all that karmic energy is directed outward, into the world, we get worldly peace. The Universal Monarch rules a utopian Earth where there are 0 human enemies. He literally doesn't need an army, he doesn't need weapons, and he doesn't need a penal system, because his righteous presence alone commands total global harmony. But if that same immense karmic energy is directed inward, we get spiritual peace. The Buddha doesn't conquer land, he conquers the human mind. He faces down the internal enemies, greed, hatred, and delusion, and eradicates them completely. He achieves a peace that isn't dependent on geography or society at all.
So, I want to leave you with this final thought. Is ultimate peace achieved by conquering the world through righteousness, or by conquering your own mind? Based on the map of the great man, where do you believe true, unshakable peace actually resides? The Lakkhaṇa Sutta presents us with these 2 extremes, a flawless external ruler and a flawless internal liberator. Both paths require this immense, lifetime-spanning dedication to goodness. It really challenges us to ask whether the ultimate goal of all our ethical actions is to perfect the world around us or to completely liberate the mind within us. Take a moment to reflect on your own actions today and ask yourself, what kind of map are you drawing for yourself? Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer.